Hey, this is Bill. I am starting another little tutorial on how to use Logic Express 9. You click on it down here. If you don't have it in here, it's probably in your Finder. You can look in your applications. That's assuming you bought this program and you put it on your computer. This doesn't come standard with a MacBook Pro or any Mac. It cost me about $200. Some people steal this stuff. And I don't recommend that because you're just raising the prices for everyone else, and in the long run, you're hurting us all. So Logic Express would normally come up with something up in here, but because I had already turned it on, it hasn't. So I would come up over here to File and go to New or Open Recent. I got this Serious Drums. This is something that I've been working on here. It is a drum part, and I write it in the piano roll. But when you're writing it in the piano roll, it also comes up on the score if you want to do it that way. Here, this is the song. If I rewind it, I'll just let you hear a little bit of it. Okay, so this I am using with Superior Drummer, and if I was going to do this from scratch, I would close this out. I'll save it because I am working on a drum track or a new song with that. So I would go over here to New, click New. Up here it says Audio, Software, Instrument, External MIDI. I'm going to start with Software Instrument because I normally write my drum parts. Or if I have a guitar player who is well equipped to play to a click track, I will have him, a friend of mine, D. Thorpe, he actually is very good at recording to a click, so he would send me his guitar track done to a click. I would load it up there, then I would come down here, set it up as a whatever his beats per minute are, and then I would write my drum track underneath that, and later on I would learn the drum track afterward. Some people say that's cheating. I don't know. You can come up with really cool drum parts this way. But if I was going to do his first, I would start with an audio track. It doesn't matter either way. You could start it and then manipulate it afterwards. So we'll start with Software Instrument. I'll hit Create. Okay, now it automatically defaults to electric piano. And I would go over here to my GarageBand Settings, click on that because I started my Superior Drummer with GarageBand. It comes out of here. Drum kits, click on that. Drums. Click on it. And then if I want to look at my Superior Drummer, I come over here to the left. It says Superior Drummer. Double click on that. It comes up. And if I want to look at the drum set and change it, I click on this AUD FHV. Click on that. And then we have the drum set. This is a Superior Drummer. That's the snare. You click down here. If you want to change the different snare drums, like say you want to click this one. This is a standard drum set that comes with Superior Drummer. They sell all different drums. There's drum sound. We got this one. I use that sometimes. I think lately I've been using this one. Then you got the tom sound. You can manipulate that. You can manipulate this one. All of them by clicking on the little arrow. You can change it how you want it. Bass drum, cowbell, cymbals. All the cymbals have this list of cymbals you can change. And then over here I would click on the bass drum beater. I want plastic for mine because I like the clicky sound on my snare. Drumsticks, I do drumsticks obviously. Most of the stuff I write is more rockin' and heavy, but you can choose brushes, rods, felt mallets, depending on who you're working with at the time, whatever's appropriate for that band. And then you can change the size of the bass drum. You can change, you can go to all these different mics, user presets, go through, and there's several different things you can do here. I forget. Oh, you go over here to the mixer, and then you can change all the levels of the drums. You can put in preset EQs, filters, gate, compressor, and then over here you can take preset grooves. Right here it says grooves. Go to, and this comes standard with Superior Drummer as well. So if you wanted a drum beat, you click on this one. It's got all these different drum beats, and you can pick this drum beat here. And that could be your start of a drum beat, and you can add stuff to this drum beat once you got it on there. If you did want that, you would just take it, drag that drum beat. Right here. Take that drum beat and you drag it into this spot. And we don't. And so then if we looped it, you just put it right there, and then it's in your song. And it's looping it right here with this green bar. If I click on that again, the green bar goes away, and then that just keeps going. Okay, so I'm going to delete that because I don't want a loop drum track. So I go back to the beginning, like that. Then I press the control button and right click. Control and right click. And then create empty MIDI region. That's basically a Apple word or term for a measure, a MIDI measure or whatever. And then if I'm going to just do one measure, like I showed you in GarageBand, I would loop that one measure so that I can listen to it over again. Then I would come down here to piano roll, pull this up, and we have the same green line going across here. Okay, and then you go over, the bass drum on here is C1, and it's usually C1 on any of the Mac programs, but you can take each one of these keys and assign a new sound to it. I have loops pre-recorded or sounds pre-recorded that I could put in and assign to one of these, so every time that I put a mark on this bar, that loop would play. So let's see, audio file. I don't know if I have any. No, I don't currently that I can find. I won't get into that. That's a whole nother monster. So anyways, if I want to start drawing my song, I go to the pencil tool right here. That would be a left click. And then you come over here and then you can just draw your stuff. Now, again, Same thing with the GarageBand. This has an automatic velocity level that it programs. So I'll come up here to the left, it says velocity, and double click on that, and then in this one it only goes to 96. I haven't quite figured out how to do it louder than that. And if you want to make this bigger, this grid bigger, you pull this over here to this side, or to make it smaller you pull it that way. Same thing with if you want to go the other way, you go like that, or if you want to go this way, you go like that. And then I'm going to make this a little smaller because I don't generally use that feature. So we'll do a couple of these. This is how bands like Meshuggah and I'm trying to think of some other bands. They're one of the bands. Fear Factory did stuff like this where they would draw all of their drum parts out like this, and then if they could play it, then they'd go out on tour or sell the album with that song on it. If they couldn't figure it out, then they wouldn't do it. Let's see. So, and if I want to change the tempo of that, I come over here to 120. It's already drawn at 120. That's the default tempo. Say I want it to be 190. Enter. Play it. Okay, then the next, that will be your snare. Okay, and then if you want to put some hi-hat in there, there's open hi-hat, closed hi-hat, and there's all different drum sounds. Yeah, we'll put a china on the snare. And what a lot of these pro bands do is after they write it all this way, they will change the velocity of each individual note, which I think it's the hyper editor. You come over here and it says all the velocities. You go down, you know, so if you want to change the velocity of each one. Velocity is how hard that cymbal or drum is hit, or on the piano how hard the keys are hit. Okay, so we go back to the piano roll, and you'll notice the colors have changed because I changed the velocities. And then we didn't put a crash here. Okay, and then if you wanted to put some toms in there, that's a alright, and then say I wanted to mess it up even more or do some crazy stuff over here. I stretch that out up on top, and you can either drag this region out this way, or you can just start writing over here and it will automatically start a new region or extend the region you've already started. So we can go like this, and you see it automatically change color. I play drums, so I kind of know what to do to make something sound cool. We can put a little bit of some crashes right there. And then if you want to see what it looks like on the score, you come down here, click score, and that's what I wrote. With this that I want to show you is the mixer. You click over on this bottom left hand corner, mixer. Then we come over here, you got the compressor. You can do it also on the far left. You double click on the compressor and then you can change all this stuff. And channel EQ, double click on that, and then you can bring the master gain all the way up, or you can manipulate all of this stuff through here. And then if you want to add another effect, you just hit Control and let's see, the Apple. Oh, what is it? Okay, you just double click on that to the left. Then you can put an amp designer, and then that would come up like that. Click on that, double click on it, then you got your amp. And you can put this amp on that drum set. And then come over here and effects. Obviously, I would not ever use that on a drum track. So I would just click that off, which would be a double click, hit bypass. I think it's a I can't remember how I did this. Right click on that and then hit no plugin and it goes away. Then you have this here, which would be your output EQ. If you want it to come out louder, crank it all the way up like that and at the same level. And if you want the master to be louder, you can click on this and bring it all the way up. Then the other cool thing is you can take this. Say you don't want it to be drums anymore. Go over here. Forgive me for a minute here. We can take any of these instruments and change it. Change that exact drum part into something else. Right now it's the Klopfgeist, because that's what I just hit by accident. But I double click on that again. I right click on it. Say we want polyphonic synthesizer 1. Let's see what that sounds like. So that would be the synthesizer sound. And right click on that again. That was a left click, sorry. You can go into the GarageBand instruments. We got it on a rock kit now. So that's pretty much it, and I'm done with this explanation. If you want to know more, get back and ask me a question. I'll try to answer it if I can. Talk to you later. Bye.